By the way, guys, if she says, oh, I'm doing it for me, usually that's horseshit, right? I'm doing the long hair extensions for me. Really, honey, then why do you look like a bag lady around the house? And then when you get dolled up to go outside to walk down the street, you look like you're going to work, if you know what I mean, on the streets. What's going on here? Women do these things to attract men, or because they're competitive with other women, which is also usually to attract male attention. So if she's trying to attract male attention that's not from you, get out. Okay, you got yourself a red flag girl.
When men, how ridiculous. So you're upset with that man to the point where you film him to post him online to try and shame him, and all for what? For sitting in a different aisle than you, a few seats over? I'm sorry, does he try to talk to you? Does he try to hit on you? Watching this video, it seems he doesn't even look at you. But no, you want to be a victim so bad, which you're not, just to get some likes and attention at his expense and show off how much you hate men for simply existing. I'm sorry, you don't own the airport. You don't get to tell anybody, man or woman, where they get to sit. So, Kayla Dawn Davis, you need to do better. Mind your own business.
Oh, son, your math ain't mathin'. Nice try, though. First of all, I can hire someone for minimum wage to do all of those things you listed and more quite easily. Pay a lot less than what you're claiming. And none of those things are actually a full-time job unless you're so utterly incompetent at doing them that it takes you hours to complete a simple task. I mean, I get it. For women, opening the lid, putting the laundry and detergent in, and then pushing a button creates a heavy mental load. How do I know? Because that's what they tell us every single day. But let's be honest, it doesn't exactly take a rocket scientist or a lot of time to do that. The reality is, I was a stay-at-home for a while back in the day, raising 6 kids. I did all of those things you listed and more in about an hour, maybe 2 on a given day. So just stop with the victim mode already, will ya? And if it really is that hard, then here's a thought. Why don't we let the women become the providers and we men will stay at home? Funny though how none y'all ever want to consider that possibility. Gee, I wonder why. Look, bro, we see you for what you are and what you're doing. Either you're one of those cute little pander bears desperately hoping to get attention from women by saying things that they like hearing, or you're grooming them in hopes of finding your next victim, which sadly is exactly what a lot of the so-called male feminists are doing online. Either way, it shows what a load of crap your claims are and why we need to expose them for the fallacies that they create.
The double standard for women is getting absolutely out of hand and disgusting. I just saw a post that was like, how to keep your man humble. And it listed out a bunch of things like give him one-word answers when he texts you, give your dog more attention than you give him, casually compare him to other men. And I understand there's going to be a small level of manipulation in every relationship, which is fine. But then a man responded in the comments and said, I'm going to do this to my girlfriend. Mind you, the original post had like 50,000 likes, and then the women went ballistic on this guy saying, you're so hateful. How could you ever do this to a woman? What makes you think this way? Ladies, look at the post that you originally liked. And this is the problem. If you can't play the game that you're not willing to lose, don't start.
I can't lie. This right here, what I'm about to say, will piss a lot of y'all off. Now I gotta sit up. Ladies, men are starting to realize, most women don't have anything to bring to the table except for their bodies. And to be honest, that ain't nobody's fault but your own. Most women today gives everything away online before a man even meets them. And men don't value what everybody can access. And I mean, every time I scroll, it's a girl posting half-ass naked pics online. Posting ass shots, just for attention. No mystery, no value. So blame yourself for leaving nothing to the imagination. What I want to know is, why should men want to commit to what the whole world already got for free?
The biggest red flag is when a woman is proud of revenge.
What is the pettiest thing you've done to try to impress somebody?
My first boyfriend in high school, he cheated on me, so I cheated back on him, and then I emailed his coach to drug test him, and he lost his D1 scholarship. Hi, Joe.
Are you proud of that?
Very proud.
And it's not just what she did, it's the fact she thinks is an accomplishment. Getting beasted, then destroying his career. And Pete, dude didn't even know she did it.
Who did you cheat with?
Another prospect.
Was it just one and done, or like?
Yeah.
Did he find out about it?
No, he doesn't need to know.
So what was the point of doing it if you didn't find out about it?
For me. I can't let that slide.
If she's proud of destroying herself just to get even, you better be prepared for the worst. That's not revenge. That's her attaching her worth to thinking she ruined somebody. And yeah, dude was in the wrong, or maybe in the wrong, but responding that way only builds an identity on chaos and not growth.
Boyfriend.
You got a boyfriend now?
Yeah.
Getting in a new relationship and still being proud of poor decisions. I wonder what happens next.
My husband is mad at me because he walked in and he saw that I'm making breakfast, and I told him that this was for me and my daughter, and that if he wanted some, he needed to cook for himself. I told him I was not going out of my way to make breakfast for him. This is only for me and my daughter. Like, if you're that hungry, there's a McDonald's down the street, or there's eggs in the fridge and there's bacon, and you can make it yourself. He's acting like this not cooking for him thing is brand new. I gave him a list of things that I don't do the day that we got married, and he was okay with it. So what's the problem now? I told him, if you don't want to cook, you could wait and see if there's any leftovers. If there's leftovers, go ahead and eat. If there's no leftovers, then I'm sorry, you're gonna have to figure it out. But I am not gonna cook for you. It's not my job to cook for you. I'm sorry. And then on top of that, I'm doing scrambled eggs. He wants a fried egg. No, I'm sorry. That's too much work for me. I'm not gonna do it. Plus, he's so picky with his food that he might as well just cook it himself. So like that, he doesn't have nothing to complain about.
What is your type? Like, what do you like physically?
Rich.
I said physically, not monetarily.
6'1", light skin.
So let's say they're under 6 foot and they're rich. Does that help?
Yeah.
That helps?
Duh.
So how much does a guy need to make?
It don't matter what he makes, it matters how he spend it.
How should he spend it?
On me.
So would you say you're an expensive person?
Duh.
Do you expect your man to pay all the bills?
Duh.
Your car payment, your hair, your nails, everything.
What is he doing if he's not paying for what I need to do?
But if that's the case, what do you provide in return if he's paying for everything?
Myself. Period.
Do you know how to cook?
Yeah, I'm vegetarian, but I do not.
Oh yeah, she has lost a lot of her opportunity if she's saying vegetarian.
But she's sexy. Drops mic. I'm done.
Please, go on. So she want her man to pay her car payment, all the bills, buy Prada bags and everything on her, and all she provides is herself, just herself. And on top of that, she cooks vegetarian?
Delusional.
Come on, honey, be realistic here.
Even today, the average IQ of a man is 99 and 97 for a woman. More importantly, however, 7 out of 8 people in the top 1% of IQ are men. Sorry, love, I know it's triggering, but every single man in this chat would dominate intellectually.
But do you realize that that's because men are offered greater opportunities of education? Men do worse in college. They do worse in college.
Wait, Maren,
You're literally saying that men are intellectually more smarter.
Wait, Maren, are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
So just to be, okay, so the statistics would seem to disagree with you.
How so?
Well, ever since it's either 1979 or 1980, there's been more women who go to college than men. That's 4 decades of there being a greater representation of women in higher education. This number today is something like, I think it's 60-40 split. So what this means is, so women who went to university in 1979, 1980, they're now retiring. So you've essentially had an entire workforce through the period of that workforce where women started going to university more than men. Okay, when it comes to the whole like believe all women thing, unless the guy comes out and confesses that he did whatever is alleged to have been done, I'm assuming most men are going to say, I did not do that. So if we say believe all women, that smuggles in disbelieve men.
And it can mean that we have situations where people lie on it, and that's terrible. But it's
as a call taker, it happens a lot.
There should
Women
be
blame men for
consequences.
things that men never did to them, but, oh, he ghosted me. Oh, he dumped me. I've encountered way more false accusations than I have it's a real call.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing?
I dispatched for about 15 years.
But so for that 15 years that you were a 911 operator, you're saying that the majority of the calls you got where a woman was alleging that she had been essayed.
In calls where women alleged there were more of the false calls than the real calls, yes.
And you just listen to this and you know that modern women are just talking. They're just talking. They do everything off of a vibe. I don't really know what I'm saying. It's just how I feel in the moment. It doesn't matter if it's true. It doesn't matter if somebody combats it with actual statistics. I don't care anything about that. I just care about how I feel. Period. And if it's a group of us, I care about how we as modern women feel. So don't come over here with the truth. Don't come over here with the facts. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear you support my logic and my rationale with a yes queen, with your wallet. That's all I care about. So Brian sitting up here telling these women and spitting statistics and facts at these women, they don't care nothing about that. I don't care if it's true or not. Even in the fake, and they do the same thing to their modern women will fire their therapist who tells them the truth, who says, I understand where you're coming from, but this is the reality of the situation. Oh, that's only men therapist. It's any therapist. They will get rid of the therapist. Even if it's a woman, they could be going to that woman for years, literal years, and still, oh, I don't know what's going on. She's been really going downhill because she told the truth. Yes.
So I was at Dollar Tree and this guy dropped his stuff while he was waiting in line. So I picked it up for him because his hands were full. Anyway, when I picked it up, he was like, thank you, I like your hair. And I was like, I like your glasses, because I thought he was cute, but I was too scared to say that. Well, anyway, we waiting in line, and I don't know, I didn't say anything else, but I caught him looking at me a couple of times. But I'm like, nah, he's just being nice. But then when I went to ring up my stuff, he looked at me and he said, bye, have a good one. And the cashier was like, you better go get his number. So I stopped the guy while I was checking out, and I was like, excuse me, I think you're handsome. And he was like, yeah, let me get your number. I'll let y'all know when there's a part 2, if there's a part 2. Also, I'm just so proud of myself because I've been taking y'all's advice of like giving men compliments, and it's been working. All I gotta do is say that I like something about them, and then that gives them the green light to ask you out. I should have been doing this a long time ago.
Come here.
What? What is that? Oh, it smells delicious.
I made it from scratch, the whole thing.
Should I? Oh, it's a cake. No one's ever made me a cake.
Are you serious? I'm gonna cry. Are you serious?
I've never had a cake made before.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I've always had birthday cakes, but not a birthday cake made for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Whoa. I like that. Can I taste the frosting?
This man said something so quietly that it was easy to miss, but it is so important. He has never had somebody make him a birthday cake. And while yes, he's had birthday cakes before, of course, they have apparently all been purchased. But it's not about the cake. It's not about her cake tasting better than the purchased cake. He hasn't even tasted that cake. What it is time and effort. Unfortunately, that is something that is more rare for men to come across these days. It is hard to find women that want to put in the time and effort into a man, because women today are basically told not to do that. They are told that if you do that you will end up in a bad spot later on. But I love this interaction because it shows the truth. It shows how much a man that loves his woman will appreciate this sort of effort. It is so genuine in his smile, in his thank yous, in his compliments of the cake and the frosting. I just love it. I think we need to see more of this on social media.
I had a homegirl, right? She had an encounter with a guy. She was on him. She hella liked him, whatever. She called me the next day. She was like, yeah, we did woo woo. And I was like, cool, right? A year or so passes. She meets a guy that she's really serious with. And then she's like, so I was thinking about that one guy I was with, and I think he raped me. And I was like, you totally wanted him. You totally called me. You totally told me all the details.
Yeah,
like,
damn.
What do you mean right now? But I think it was like the shame that I think she felt that she allowed herself to go there. And then when she met a serious guy, I think to herself, she was trying to make it seem like he overstepped or whatever. But he was like way tossed and she wasn't way tossed. Like she was fine. I think about like that. And I'm like, God forbid my sons were to have an encounter with a girl. She fully is, you know, fine with things. Mm-hmm. And then years, months later is like, the shame that I feel is uncomfortable, so I'm just gonna say that you took advantage of me. Hell no.
You need to leave.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you need to leave.
Why?
I'm trespassing you from my studio. Kindly leave.
Bitch, you think I want to stay on this shit for 6 hours? If you tell me to
Can you
leave one more time, my raccoon will bite you.
Can you just leave? I get that you're trying to troll, but like, can you please? I have revoked your permission to be here.
Okay.
You are now trespassing.
Okay.
Can you kindly get up and leave?
Wait, but I don't want to go yet.
I mean, she's refusing to leave. I'm asking you to leave. I need you to get up and leave.
If they call the police, you will be arrested.
Look,
No one's gonna arrest me for this.
Yes,
you're trespassing.
I have revoked your permission to be here. You are now trespassing. So I'm asking you to just get up and leave.
Yeah, the other thing is like, you're not really a very good troll. You kind of suck at it. And you're doing pretty favor.
Now you're legally not allowed to be here. I have just trespassed you from my property. So I'm asking you kindly to leave.
Okay.
Brad, I'm gonna call the cops. Can somebody call the police?
Oh my God, listen, I see you from afar and I had to come over to say you are strikingly beautiful.
Well, thank you.
I mean, seriously, you look like you could be my future, my bookie love, baby.
Well, the fact that it took you so long to come over here is diabolical.
Diabolical? Were you a scientist? Anyway, my name is JB Brown. What's your name?
Nice to meet you. Lights, water, gas, and rent. You want to pay one?
Light, water, gas. Okay. Wow. I tell you what I can do, right? How about I pay your tab? Can I get her tab? I'll take her tab tonight.
It's right here.
Oh, it's right here? Oh, you had it ready, didn't you? Okay. All right. So what I'll do for the inconvenience, Miss Light Water, how about I take care of your tab tonight? How's that?
Well, thank you. It was just a procrastination for me.
That's it. I mean, all right. Well, listen, I'll bid you a good night. It was nice to meet you.
Oh, wow. That's it? A real man would have tried to get to know me.
A real man just tried. All right. Have a good night. Look, that guy.
Wow. Okay.
I was walking by a bunch of bars and I heard these guys outside spilling tea to each other. This one guy was so giddy because he's in a new relationship or something. He's like, yeah, she's so cute. She's so pretty. And they're like, oh man, you're in love. You're in love. He's talking about how she has the best smile. And his friends were giggling. They were giggling like little girls. Do guys do this? They were like so happy for him. Like, well, she's not like Amanda at all. Who's Amanda? I want the tea. He's like, yeah, she showed up to my house with wine and a charcuterie board. Bro, you actually value this girl for coming over with cheese and crackers?
Absolutely, men can get giddy over the right woman. And for sure, what you ladies don't understand, that a man's friends group are way more supportive than even women. Like, women get jealous, and men, that doesn't happen. Men will get motivated before getting jealous. And lastly, it is not about the cheese and crackers. It is about the effort. And if on top of that, she's attractive and she has a good personality, yeah, that man is going to be giddy.
If you're 40, you're never gonna find love. I left my marriage and now I'm a side chick.
I just came to the realization that, like, if you're 40 years old, you're never gonna find love. Like, oh my God. Sorry, I woke up like really, really emotional because I was married for, oh my God, just stop. I was married for over 20 years and like, I was so used to being a wife. Like I loved being married, you know? Like I love being a wife. I love having like that one person I love coming home to and like venting all my to. And
but yet still you left. If you love that so much, why would you leave your marriage just to now become a side chick? That's just stupid.
If you're just trying to have fun, why not just have a night in with your female friends, put on some music, get some alcohol, and drink in your house? Why the need to go to very specific social gathering venues where the drinks are really expensive, people are drunk and obnoxious, there's strangers there, it's sometimes unsafe, it's sometimes dangerous, the music is perhaps too loud, that you don't get to pick the music that you want? I'm just curious, like, what is the purpose of going to, say, a bar or a nightclub or a party?
Well, because it's like a big playground. Everyone's drunk, running around, stupid. It's fun. It's not always the intention of hooking up with someone, and it doesn't have to be, but some people have that intention. That's okay.
I mean, you guys can dance around it all you want.
Like, it's kind of the atmosphere,
you guys
lights,
can dance around it all you want, but the reality is, like, people go to these very specific social gatherings for the potential opportunity of meeting a new person.
Some people.
Women like to dance around this, but the reality is, like, you're going out and like you want to meet a guy at these parties.
No.
Yes, you do.
Sometimes my wife talks to me like she is 6'5", 225, runs a 4.40, and can lift 225 25 times. I'm married to Calvin Johnson. Like, she just talks so crazy sometimes. I think she knows that nothing's gonna happen. Like, I would never, do anything. But like, I could physically throw her on top of the roof of our house, and like, there's nothing she could do about it. I could throw her on top of the roof, no ladder, nothing, and she would just have to figure out how to get down. I don't understand, like, her level of, I don't even know, is it audacity? Then I'm like, okay, so what part of the month is it? She only gets one good 5 days out of the month of normalcy. And when I think about it and I chalk it all up, I'm like, okay, she is, I hate to say it, but she's just a girl. She's just a girl. She's just a girl. That's it. Let me go get her a sweet treat.
And how he's talking is how a lot of men end up. Modern women like to say that men control them. Men don't allow them to be themselves. That ain't true. That's not true at all. You don't give me space to be me. You're always trying to control what I do, who I am, how I act. That ain't true at all. That ain't true in the slightest. That's not true in the least bit. What you want to do is act a fool. You ask me to go out with your friend. You asked me if you go with your friends on a ladies' night. And I said, sure. But don't be out all night. You got to go to work in the morning. Number one. Number two, I don't want to be looking for my wife all night long. I don't want to be having to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and drive around the city. Where's my wife? There was one dude, he was telling a story, man. His kids were in the bed. I think his wife went out. He was like, okay. Got up in the middle of the night, had to take his kids over to his mom's house, drove around trying to look for his wife. Thank God her location was on, followed it to some barn somewhere out in the middle of the country. Looking around, trying to see where she passed out in the middle of a bunch of people and of guys. Thank God. And you gotta, and this is what women say. Well, I choose to bear because guys will do something to me. Them guys didn't do anything to her. Thankfully, they very well could have taken advantage of her, but they did not. She was just, I just got tired. I was going to take a little nap and come on home. Irresponsible. Oh, I'm just a girl. Oh, what do you expect from me? To take accountability and to act like a grown-up?
Are men stronger than women physically?
No opinion.
You don't have an opinion on that?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't have an opinion.
You don't have an opinion.
No.
What do you think?
I don't have an opinion.
You don't want to answer the question?
I don't have an opinion. Is that okay?
Is it that you don't want to share your opinion?
Oh, no, that's not what it is.
Generally speaking, are men physically stronger than women?
No opinion.
You don't have an opinion?
No.
Let me ask you a question then. Do you think men and women are of equal strength, generally speaking?
No opinion.
Are you just being bad faith intentionally?
No, you don't like my answer. That's all.
Well, you haven't given me an answer, so there's not really room for me to like or dislike your answer.
Is the reason you're wanting to plead the fifth because you're afraid of kind of the cultural backlash of like, oh, well, people think that everybody can be just as strong as everybody? It's not true. I was just curious.
No.
Okay. What's your reason for pleading the fifth?
No opinion.
Are you just going to answer that to every question? No opinion?
I don't have an opinion on this topic. Thank you.
Next.
What?
Yeah.
I just take issue with the whole thing that it fans. For starters, like I said, the name of the platform, when people, and again, not to attack you guys personally, but they come on here, they say, oh, we're models, models, and my fans pay me this. You're not models. You guys don't have contracts with agencies. I think it is just a glamorized lifestyle that is really dependent on selling that lie to other young girls. But it's just a pyramid scheme financially. If you look at the way the money goes down, the top 1% of creators are earning basically all of the money. But I think what it particularly is a cultural pyramid scheme. And what I mean by that is that it's not that you're trying to get these young girls like in a MLM type thing where, you know, buy the new Mary Kay makeup, buy the new pair of leggings or something. You're trying to convince them, and you guys, no offense, are doing it just by sitting here and trying to normalize work and laughing about the cultural pyramid scheme angle of it is that you are trying to get girls to buy into the fact that doing will not have any negative impacts on their life down the road, which is categorically false.
Hey, it's okay if you didn't finish college. That's fine.
Do you think I didn't finish college?
I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting right now. I don't know.
Where do you go to school?
Here at OU.
What's your degree?
Arts.
Art?
Yeah.
Which one?
Studio.
Studio? You want to know some funny thing?
What is the funny thing?
I actually started school at the University of Oklahoma.
I bet you did.
As an art student.
Oh, I bet you did.
Studio. I did about a year and a half of studio art. Then I took some philosophy classes. Then I get my undergraduate degree in philosophy with a minor in history of science.
And you did all that and you still chose to be out here doing
And philosophy. And then, crazy enough, because I had gotten really into the history of science, I stayed at the University of Oklahoma and I got a master's degree in the history of science.
Good for you.
And the entire time, I was a funded student, teaching, no less. Whenever I was, what's the name of the biggest scholarship that you can get as an incoming studio art student?
I don't even know. I was an incoming biology student, and I went to that class, and I said, this sounds lame, so I chose the art degree.
So I had the Selma Nafee scholarship entering the studio art program.
Wait, hold on, sorry. I gotta look for gold stars really quick. I don't know if I have any gold stars.
See, the thing is you brought it up, and you said, because I was an advocate of extending the laws against equally to all people, that I must not have gone to school. And I started to tell you that I went to the school longer than you have and longer than you will.
You got a degree, and that's really, really awesome for you.
Not a degree.
I don't give that much of a fuck.
Multiple degrees.
Awesome.
Not what I base my argument on, but that is how I refute your assertion and accusation that I'm clearly uneducated.
Okay. Hey, it's okay if you didn't finish college. That's fine.
Do you think I didn't finish college?
I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting right now. I don't know.
Where do you go to school?
Here at OU.
What's your degree?
Arts.
Arts?
Yeah.
Which one?
Studio.
Studio? You want to know some funny thing?
What is the funny thing?
I actually started school at the University of Oklahoma.
I bet you did.
As an art student.
Oh, I bet you did.
Studio. I did about a year and a half of studio art. Then I took some philosophy classes. Then I get my undergraduate degree in philosophy with a minor in history of science.
And you did all that and you still chose to be out here doing
And philosophy. And then, crazy enough, because I had gotten really into the history of science, I stayed at the University of Oklahoma and I got a master's degree in the history of science.
Good for you.
And the entire time, I was a funded student, teaching, no less. Whenever I was, what's the name of the biggest scholarship that you can get as an incoming studio art student?
I don't even know. I was an incoming biology student, and I went to that class, and I said, this sounds lame, so I chose the art degree.
So I had the Selma Nafee scholarship entering the studio art program.
Wait, hold on, sorry. I gotta look for gold stars really quick. I don't know if I have any gold stars.
See, the thing is you brought it up, and you said, because I was an advocate of extending the laws against equally to all people that I must not have gone to school. And I started to tell you that I went to the school longer than you have and longer than you will.
You got a degree, and that's really, really awesome for you.
Not a degree.
I don't give that much of a fuck.
Multiple degrees.
Awesome.
Not what I base my argument on, but that is how I refute your assertion and accusation that I'm clearly uneducated.
Okay.
Women have been oppressed since the beginning of time.
How?
And it's natural.
Oh gosh. How?
Are you really? How?
Yeah, go ahead.
How? You're
the one
asking
saying
me
this is
how?
true. Yes.
No, women were oppressed in history, but so were men. It's
How?
not. It's not.
Not as much as women
See, now
were.
this is interesting because if I say how were women oppressed, you're like, well, it's self-evident, Brian. I shouldn't have to educate you. Yet you've just asked me the same question. You've just asked, how were men oppressed? Shouldn't you know?
No, because that wasn't taught in school.
Ah, so isn't that interesting? Male oppression was never taught in school. Female's oppression was. Isn't that interesting? So who's really oppressed then?
Oh my God, Brian.
If men's grievances throughout history are overlooked, who's the real one that's oppressed? Perhaps you don't even believe men are oppressed.
Don't, to be honest.
You don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for Andrew. Do you think men should step up in situations like these and take on the responsibility?
Answer the question.
If the situation is that you get a woman pregnant, should you take care of your child? Absolutely.
Okay.
In this particular case, though, I'm not certain that that's actually what happened here. And I'm not convinced that that's what happened here. And there's more holes in this story than a block of Swiss cheese. So I'm trying to get to the heart of it. And I'm not so sure that this is exactly how things went down just because they're presented that way. The more that we question it, the more that we start to get to the bottom of it, the more this looks like a revenge plot by the admission of both of you to try to get some kind of backsies at these guys because they basically f***ed you both and then he dumped you both and you're pissed off. Then every time I try to go in the queries and give you a chance to defend yourselves against that allegation, you basically prove it true over and over and over.
What you're supposed to do as a man is be like, you know what, babe, I understand.
This is exactly why
It's
men and
okay.
women fight, because you're going to logic and she naturally goes to emotion. Everything that you're saying makes sense logically, but emotionally it doesn't make sense. And even a regulated woman, because it is natural. Why does a dog bark? I don't know. Why does a woman feel the way that she feels? I don't know.
No, my only problem, what is my role other than offering a safe space for her to regulate her own feelings?
Why can't you just love your person for who they and how they are?
No, because it takes a lot less energy and it causes a lot less confusion if you process your own emotion as you give it out or shortly thereafter.
When you say women live in the now, it's almost like saying, what have you done for me lately?
Year 3, babe didn't text me, I love you back. I don't know if I'm safe.
It's really fine to say, baby, I'm feeling a little insecure because you didn't slap my booty. Like, what's up? Now you have the opportunity to meet her where she's at. No, but turn around right now. Let me slap that. Whatever that is. And
So
now
here
you fix the
is the
problem.
I honestly don't know where she thought she was going to go with that. My degree is in art. What did you think that was going to happen with that? What were you thinking? I mean, my God. Once again, these modern women have the audacity to sit up here and argue with people. The man's got a degree. Not only does he have an undergrad degree in philosophy, the man has a graduate degree. If I heard correctly, the man has a graduate degree in philosophy. So even if you don't agree with his point, You know that the man can put an argument together. You know that the man can say point 1, 2, 3, and this is how I've gotten to what I believe. What's your argument? How would you like to proceed? This woman's walking around stumbling. Well, it's good for you. You don't have anything to say. Go home. Get off the street. You're done for the night. But this is what modern women do. They think, and they start out thinking that they're smarter than men are. They start out thinking that they're I go to OU for art. Well, yeah, it's a funny thing. I started doing what you're doing, and then I decided, I go do philosophy, and I actually got a degree in that. I came back and I got a degree, a graduate degree, and I was also teaching, and so it's not that I'm only learning, I'm also teaching as well, and here that's what I'm saying. And modern women want men to be chivalrous to this. Modern women want men to engage and to give attention and validation to this type of woman. Jesus.
Women do stupid. They hurt us. I'll give you guys an example. Will Smith, legendary actor, sitting at a red table with his wife. And guess what happens? She goes ahead and says some stupid, I had an entanglement. And in that instant, bam, career gone. Nobody remembers iRobot. Nobody remembers I Am Legend. Nobody remembers Men in Black. Nobody remembers Independence Day. Nobody remembers Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Nothing. All I remember seeing was Will Smith sitting at a table with red eyes on the verge of tears from his woman embarrassing him on TV. And he still hasn't recovered. Then he had the slap with Chris Rock. I give you guys that example to show you a man with a background like Will Smith, who's literally a legend in music and entertainment and acting in movies and TV shows. But his legacy has been tarnished because what? A stupid that wanted to be a right? That's facts. Bro went from I Am Legend to I Am Simp. Like, what's going on here? If a woman like that could destroy Will Smith's legacy, what the do you think is going to happen to you guys? Will Smith can't even save himself from these whores.
When I talk to women about this whole things not working out, in and out of relationships, lengthy periods where they're just not having success. And when I'm finding out what's the reason for why you're leaving, this guy doesn't communicate, this guy cheated, this guy this guy that. And I ask them a simple question. If you had to choose between one man that you gave 20 chances to, or 20 men that you give one chance to, which would you choose? Your lifestyle. And I'm not saying you, I'm saying women's lifestyles that are single that are off and on and not successful long-term for 10, 15, 20 years, is that they're choosing the option B. They keep giving these chances to men that were supposed to be vetted by somebody else other than your emotions. Ooh, that is feminine.
Well, someone had to say it.
I think you've been disrespectful.
What have I actually said to you that's actually disrespectful except challenge your views?
Constant interruption, then also the tone. Like there's a tone is absolutely respectful or disrespectful.
Your tone has been super condescending. I just don't comment on it.
I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah, I know you don't think that, but you see these subjective metrics of tone. Give me something I said. Did I call you a whore?
You can be disrespectful without blatantly calling someone a I'm telling you that I feel that this conversation has been very disrespectful.
I feel that you have been extraordinarily disrespectful. Your tone, from now on, when you talk to me, I need you to use a sing-song voice, because otherwise I feel disrespected. Now, I can't give you any particular words that you've said, any particular phrases, any particular insults, because none of that matters. Inside of my brain, I perceive your non-sing-song voice as being disrespectful.
No, it's midnight. I'm heading out.
Wait, we're almost done.
I don't think men are good people. All men. I don't think they're good people. Why not? The reason for that is, like, for men to do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating. Mm-hmm. You know that that's going to destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake. We've watched the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not with nobody. To see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe. And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman.
Have you ever cheated in a relationship?
That's exactly what I was about to ask.
Yeah, I've cheated.
I don't think women are built to deal with men's emotions.
But I handle yours.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What do you mean?
I'm not saying you don't listen. That's not what I'm saying. A man is very afraid to share all of his emotions with his wife because there is a cost to it.
How so? What
If
cost?
I tell you that I'm scared or I'm nervous or something in the business has me shook, in the moment you might be like, hey, that's okay. But deep down inside, there's a part of you that starts to feel unsafe. And that shows up in different ways. It'll start to show up in the lack of connection. It'll start to show up in going to old patterns because you're trying to protect yourself. Sometimes I'm afraid to tell you if there's financial issues or the business isn't running the way it could be, because if I create scarcity or fear in you, then I also have to clear that up. It creates more work for me.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would rather not say anything at all. And this is why so many men just choose not to talk.
There's a girl who recently outed a Lakers player for leaving her stranded in Turks and Caicos.
Are you serious?
She tweeted, DeAndre Ayton security left me outside in the middle of nowhere in Turks and Caicos because I won't have sex with him. His attorney advised him to leave her in the middle of nowhere once she refused, and this is why. Once a woman refuses, anytime thereafter that occurs, that could be considered harassment or coercion or even. By removing her and not having any further contact, there's a dividing line showing that was refused and never occurred. So is the player then guilty of not having the conversation that he expects from the PJ flyout?
Well, you shouldn't be going flying out and you not think about you're going to have with this man.
Have you ever offered to fly a woman out and you didn't want to have with her? It's on the box.
I think that's already been established before you
Period.
got flown out.
Why is it that we as black women feel comfortable checking black men, but the moment a black man checks us, we call it misogyny, control, or toxic? Don't scroll. Let's talk about it. Why does it seem like accountability only applies when we're the one giving it? We criticize black men, drag them online every day, talk about how they lead, talk about what they do, what they don't do. But the moment a black man says, sis, you out of line, or start calling you out on your bad attitude, all of a sudden he's bashing women. We can dish it, but we can't take it. Call a man weak for not being a leader, but then when he does lead, you say he's being controlling. Which one is it? If we want growth and healing from our men, we have to be able to look in the mirror and check ourselves first. Because checking somebody, that's not hate, that's love. And if we can't be corrected without getting offended, maybe the problem isn't the message. Maybe it's our pride.
I just saw a video of a woman who was running in a marathon, and when she looks over, she notices a friend of hers flew in from London to watch her finish. The friend flew in for like 24 hours, and she sees the friend and she immediately starts bawling. She's like crying and running, and you can tell she's like overjoyed that her friend would do such a thing. I think sometimes when men are questioning why women are choosing to be single.
Hey, stop there. Stop there. What did men do again? How are we involved in people running and a friend going to support a friend? What did men do again? How did we get into this conversation of a friend from London to go and support the other one that is running like us? What did men do again? How did we get into this equation?
When my boyfriend proposes to me, I do not want him to ask my dad for his permission. What I do want is for him to inform both my dad and my mom that he plans to propose and approximately when, out of respect. Nobody needs permission to ask me something. That's a decision for me to make. There's no asking. I am not an object.
Generation has girl bossed so hard that they have forgotten men come and ask your dad for your hand in marriage because it is your dad's job to love you, protect you, shield you. And when a man comes and asks for your hand in marriage, he's not asking for property ownership rights. He's saying, can I take over that really important job? Femininity needs to be protected. In order for that to happen, we have to encourage masculinity. But in a world that says, I don't need no man and girl bosses, that's never going to happen.
My friend's boyfriend pays for everything. Her bills, her rent, her hair, her nails, all that. She don't pay nothing. She don't work. One day, they invite me out for lunch. I say, sure. I knew he was going to pay for my meal because he's just that type of guy. But at some point within lunch, they just started arguing. She say something crazy. He responds, shut your bro up. For some odd reason, she looks shocked, right? She looks at me and is like, did you hear what he just said to me? I said, girl, yes, shut your up. He was about to pay for my lunch. I only brought $20. The way she was talking to him was almost as if she paid the light bill. I literally sat there. I said, they're not about to have lights tonight. She about to cut that off. No, girl, you need to cut that out. Know your place, because you can't afford a new one. How you forget your is broke? I ain't forget. That's why I ain't say nothing to him.
Y'all not ready for this, but y'all about to get ready. Yep, y'all about to get ready. A woman that claims to always be right has never listened to you can't do nothing with her. She don't belong in your life. Nope. She's not gonna be your wife. She's not gonna be the next man's wife. Nope. She's probably gonna end up being by herself for the rest of her life. You don't need to be with no woman that's not willing to listen and comprehend to what you are saying. She's not worth it. And I'm just being honest. Nope. Go find someone that can relate. Go find someone that can understand. Go find someone that is willing to listen, like actually listen, not listening to just respond. No, a woman like that is not, no, she's not your type. She's not your type at all. Okay, I don't care how good she looks. I don't care what her body looks like. All that. Yeah, you heard it here first.
And I think what confuses a lot of men is the example that K. Michelle, I think she was talking about, how she was just going so hard on men that cheat. How dare they, this, and this. It's reminiscent of Martha Stewart. Martha Stewart was just talking about her husband. Bad. Man, the man cheat, this, and that. The reporter, I mean, it really, honestly and truly, it's just like, have you ever cheated? Yes. Didn't even think about it. Didn't even flinch. Yes, I have. Then what are you talking about? How are you talking about men are degenerate? I could see if you would say, these men really get on my nerves. They this, and this. Men don't really care about my feelings. And you had a certain type of humility about yourself. Man, there was this one guy that really did this to me, and I really couldn't understand why. And it really, to be honest with you, it did hurt my feelings. But I'm learning to heal. I'm talking to my therapist, and I'm trying to move on. It'd be one thing if you came with that spirit and that attitude. But modern women be out here raging against men and being done the same thing, questioning a man's morals, and it beating just got off of another dude's junk. What are we doing?